Welcome to Team 537's Robo Recap for the week of February 1st through the 7th. I am your host, Aubrey White. The second half of build season is well underway. Team 537 is continuing to focus on completing our robot by the February 23rd deadline. The 23rd marks the end of build season and the beginning of the 2016 Stronghold competition season. Last week marked the conclusion of our design phase of our robot building process. Earlier weeks have been spent analyzing the game, working on a design and game strategy, and experimenting with prototypes of possible components. Taking all of that information and turning it into a workable robot design was the job of our design team. We checked in with them again this week to see how their work had gone.
Design phase went fairly well this year. There was a lot of different challenges because this is just a very complex game and that there's a lot of stuff to it. This year, a lot of the members of design were new members, and so that also added some difficulty, but it gave a lot of new insight to design, and that is a strong suit for us. But that also did elongate the process of design this year. For design, we currently have our drivetrain, the climber, and our collector almost completely done for design. Right now, we're still working slightly on the shooter. It was overall successful though. We've encountered a lot of different obstacles with it, but we've been strong and have overcome them. We've had to prototype a lot of things this year, which has been a good thing for us, which is something that we haven't done as much in the past. We've really just spent more time on optimizing our actual design and not doing the first thing that comes to mind, which has been a very good, positive thing for us. Our greatest success this year was the fact that we spent a lot of time strategizing and going through a lot of different designs and prototyping them and seeing what designs will work and won't work, and not just going with the first thing that we thought of. It has allowed us to realize that now all the designs that we initially thought of will actually work, which has definitely allowed us to optimize what our actual robot is, which will hopefully give us the best robot possible. The biggest challenge this year probably was just how much we had to design and account for. We had a much larger design team this year, which allowed several people to be working on all the different various functions of the bot. There have been some difficulties with the climbing because it is just something very complex. We've been working on it for a long time, and we've finally figured out how to optimize it and how to make it work. Then there's been some discussion with the collector and the climber, and we ended up combining the two to make it simpler. And so there was some problems with that, but now it's working smoothly and flushly. Then for the shooter, we ran through several different various designs for it, and we have now reached a point where we have a design and we are going with it, and that it will work. A lot of our previous designs for the shooter were a little bit iffy, and we've currently decided on what will work for the robot. Now we're pretty much working on drawings and optimizing the robot, and actually getting the parts and the drawings right to go out into the shop so the mechanical CDT can produce the bot. And then we are also helping with assembling the bot.
In the process of organizing and managing a team, as well as preparing for competition, many different people work in a variety of roles to create a successful program. Helping to coordinate those efforts and keep the team on track as a whole is the job of our integration lead. We caught up with Chloe Simchek, integration lead for the 2016 season, to talk with her about this important role.
Integration brings all the leads together to communicate ideas and discuss and record challenges. We figure out what we need in order to meet these challenges in integration meetings. On Tuesdays, only the media side meets. Leads of animation, XComm, video, marketing, web, and course meet on that day. On Thursdays, the robot side meets. Mechanical, electrical, code, and design leads meet. Then on Saturdays, all leads meet for a briefing. During these meetings, we use a team Gantt chart so that everyone can see their progress as well as that of all the other CDTs. CDTs also use individual task management systems such as Trello and Google Docs to manage smaller tasks within their CDT. These tools help communicate challenges not only to other individuals in the CDT who do not attend the meetings, but also to the whole team.
Students are the driving force behind Charger Robotics, but who helps them acquire the skills to do the work of the season? Mentors. We asked some of our many mentors to talk about their role and experience working with Team 537.
A mentor is someone who's here to not only supervise the kids, but also to teach them. And whether you're teaching them to be safe or what's going on, but it's someone that's, you're supposed to be a role model. You're supposed to try to tell the kids what's going on and keep them guided in the right direction.
A mentor provides guidance for students in, like I said, the technical areas, but it's more than that. With our team, it's mentoring them in the robotics side of it, but it's also mentoring them in life and how these applications are going to be used in their collegiate life as well as their career paths. And so our students get a chance to work with professionals that are in industry and in business and in the engineering fields, so they have a greater depth than just somebody teaching them how to work a machine or create a design or do some of those components. They're seeing the whole path and process of that.
I think I've been with the team a little over 12 years now.
I've been with the team 7 to 8 years, since my oldest son started as a freshman.
My mentor responsibilities are to make sure that we have a course that works, a course that's safe, and to teach the kids to perform any number of the skills and the tasks involved with setting up the course, and just how to grow up and be a responsible adult, think for themselves.
I assist the students programming the robot. I answer their questions. They're fairly capable of programming the robot on themselves, but sometimes they run into issues. And then we also are responsible for running the field at the Mini-Regional and helping set up the computers for our scouting team.
We require that our mentors that are interested in joining our team do a little shadowing to understand what they're getting into, that they are at least 18 years of age, that they have some type of value added component. So they've either been on the team, they're coming back as an alumnus, they are connected as a parent or a sponsor or community member, and that they have not just the desire to work with students, but that they can contribute directly to our organization. And we require that mentors not only are screened by the school district, that's part of their legal components, but we have a mentor handbook that Taylor Woods put together to try and help mentors understand what exactly they're getting into, because robotics it's not a sport, it's not a typical extracurricular, it's a combination of everything. So to understand what you're getting involved in, the time, the structure, the culture, so to speak, our mentor handbook really helps to acclimate them. Typically, mentors are recruited by students or by other mentors, or they connect with us at a demonstration or community event. And a lot of times they're just eager to get involved because they see what we're doing is pretty cool and it just really strikes a chord with them. Typically, if they're interested in joining our team, again, we have them shadow a little bit, come to a meeting and observe what we're doing. I have them meet with mentors that are in the similar areas, so if they want to help out with code, I'll have them shadow Mr. Coe, or if they want to help out with design, I'll have them shadow Chris and Dave, or something to that effect. If they like what they see and they feel that they can, work in those environments, then we have them fill out paperwork and we have them go through the preseason process, so they're learning with the kids, kind of what we're doing, how we're doing, and they see that our returning members take a lot of ownership and they start to connect that way.
The Team 537 Mini-Regional is coming up on February 21st at Hamilton High School in Sussex. More than a dozen teams will gather at Hamilton to take part in the mock competition of this year's game. This event gives teams a chance to see their robots in action and get a feel for how a real competition regional works. Many FRC teams from across Wisconsin will come to test out their newly completed robots on the Charger Robotics course. They can see what is working well and have an opportunity to make improvements before the stop building deadline on February 23rd. In addition, there are activities for little Roboteers as well. Admission is free. Join the fun from noon to 4 p.m. Everyone is invited. Thanks for joining us for this summary of the 4th week of build season. Tune in next week for Team 537 Robo Recap.